I would like to edit a little bit on the previous video, and that is that when I mentioned that the circulation is formed by two vessels, and the vessel in the front part of the body is called conception vessel. Now, as we begin to discuss Qigong, I would like to point it out that Qigong, like other forms, that it has its own special rules. And I would like to pick two of those rules to discuss with. First, where the mind is focused, Qi will gather. Now, this is similar as that mind focusing effect. It's only that Qigong explain that in a way that's more easier to understand. The second rule is where Qi present, blood exists. And this rule is also easier to understand that since we know blood is the carrier, the vehicle, constantly move within our bodies, bring nutritions, energies to everywhere that body needed, and bring back the used materials to recycle. And since Qi is a form of energy, certainly it has close relations with the blood. But then there's another explanation about this. It is saying that if you measure the force that is needed to push the whole body's blood to circulate in one circulation route, that force is a tremendous amount. But if you compare the heart pumping abilities, the power that it's pumping out in the same period, that the amount of force is not matched up with the needed force. And where is the remaining force that come from? They explain is that it's come from Qi, playing a supporting role. And that concluded the two has even more close companion relationship. But it also brings up a very interesting subject or topic, that the Qi's influence of the blood circulation or blood flowing conditions. And if that is something that scientifically proved, then it's a subject that can be related so many things about human life. Because blood circulation is certainly a big problem of aging group, aging illness, aging disease. And certainly in my practice, I always feel that Qi influence the blood circulation. And that is a subject that will be discussed or tested in the future. But here, when we are saying about this whole influence, is still a theoretical concept. But to bring out a physical effectiveness, you still have to have certain resources to support these activities to continuing until it's sufficient enough to demonstrate its physical existence. And that resource is breathing. We all know all physical activities needed the breathing support. From human being to all mammals activities, it's all based on this kind of support. And here in Qigong, breathing is somewhat, in the beginning you feel an awkward word. Why I say this awkward? Because that circulation that is forming have a direction of its flowing. It's like this. The energy is flowing descending way from the conception vessel and then ascending along the governor vessel on the back. But to cooperate with this movement, the breathing technique in Qigong is somewhat awkward. That is, that when energy descending along the conception vessels, you're breathing out. And then when the energy ascending along the governor vessel on the back, you breathe in. So it seems like the direction is on a contrary direction, opposite direction. But then if you measure on the physical movement of the body, it does make sense a little bit. Because when you breathe out, your chest case is deflating. So its physical movement is downward. But then when you're breathing in, the chest case is inflating, so the movement is upward, especially on the back. You realize the back is hunching up when you breathe in. So that it's easier to synchronize with the movement of the energy direction.